trying to see if you could see this spot.
I don't see it.
Can't see it either. Move your head, like, over that way. I don't see it.
We are at Goliad State Park today.
There's a beautiful mission here that we're actually looking at right in front of us.
Which brings up a fun point that I wanted to go ahead and address because Goliad State Park is forcing us to. Our park count is 89 for all of Texas state parks and state natural areas and historical sites. I came up with that number because I went to the Texas Parks and Wildlife State Park list and I counted them. And then I saw a couple of other people using 89 and I thought surely this must be the right number. However, there are some parks on that list that have multiple units and so they're listed twice. And then there's like one of them is called Indian Lodge. That's not like a park, that's an actual lodge inside another park. So then we came to Goliad, and on the list, Goliad is listed, Mission Rosario, I think is the other one, is listed, and Zaragoza's birthplace is listed as 3 separate parks. But Mission Espíritu Santo and Goliad are in one state park. So we're winging it. We're throwing things together. We will end up with 89. We're sticking with 89. We're going to make that happen. But today we are going to see a bunch of different historical sites and we're breaking them into 2 separate parks. So we're at Goliad State Park. We're going to see this park, the mission that's in it. And then in a separate vlog, we're going to go down to Zaragoza's birthplace. And then there's another mission that's just a ruin, like the outlines of the walls is all that's left, and we're going to go see that, and that will be a separate park. So that's what we're doing today. We're going to wing it. It is a beautiful day outside. This building looks incredible, so we're going to start with that and then hit the few miles of trails that are here and see how it all goes. But it looks gorgeous, and we're going to go get started. History time. When we walked up to the Mission Espíritu Santo, there was a volunteer here. I think they're probably like the park host people. But anyway, he had a ton of history to tell us about the building. It's not original. It was rebuilt by the CCC in the 30s. If you can tell, there's other shots we have, but all of the windows are different. And the reason for that is they sent some architects down to other missions to try to find consistencies in the way that they were built so that when they rebuilt here, they did it as authentically as possible. There's consistencies in the archways. There's consistency in the decor over the archway. There's consistency in the inside. But one thing they never found consistencies on were the windows. So they did a bunch of different designs from places that they had found. And I think that's really cool. A couple of other interesting things are this place was never actually used as a mission, the new one. It was simply rebuilt as a reconstruction. It's always been a museum. There have never been church services here, but you can rent it out and have a wedding here if you want to. The retainer walls around the whole place used to be about 12 feet high, which is really cool. There's not a lot left of them now, but they are the original, and there's other ruins around the building that is also original, so please don't climb on those when you're here. We're trying to preserve it for generations to come. When the mission was abandoned, there were actually flyers put up in Goliad around that time saying, hey, you need some stones? Just go take them from the old mission because nobody's using them. So that's where most of the stone went to after the mission was abandoned. So when the CCC came, they had to quarry a lot more, I think it's limestone, to rebuild everything here. So that's where the original one went. It's in tons of buildings in Goliad. One more fun fact, the mission is built on the actual foundation walls of the original, so when you're inside, this is the actual size of what the mission was. Every April 16th, the sunlight from that window, the round one up at the top, shines through in the evening and lands on the altar, slowly moves up onto the crucifix. They said this year they're probably going to do a Facebook event because of COVID and all the restrictions. So if you're interested, check out the Goliad State Park Facebook page and stay up to date on that.
Babe,
Yeah,
do you want to do that?
I do. Look at all those colors. These are the outer walls of the room that we were in a little while ago that said it was the original walls, the only walls left standing. This is the outside of that room, so again, please just be really careful when you're here. We want to make sure that these last a long time. Usually we're lucky enough to only get one cool bridge on a trail, but today we got two. Hopefully the camera will pick it up, but the birds out here are beautiful. How you doing, babe?
Got leaves in my shoes. It's driving me nuts.
We just finished the path that goes along the river, and now we're walking on the Angel of Goliad hike and bike trail. This trail is 2.5 miles one way. You can take it from the statue of the Angel of Goliad all the way through Goliad State Park and into the town of Goliad. We're not going to walk the whole thing. We're just kind of connecting to another part of the park, but it's a really great path if you want to come out with like kids or a stroller or bikes or whatever. It's a nice path that goes quite a ways. Park recap.
We got done here a lot quicker than we thought. No, we didn't.
No,
we
we
didn't
didn't.
get done at all.
We thought that we were gonna come here and be like, okay, we'll do this in like 2 hour stops.
But
We've been here for like 4.5.
And honestly, for me personally, the mission is probably the coolest thing here. It's not the original. You know, of course, the CCC rebuilt it, and
Did a phenomenal job.
yeah, they rebuilt it in the 30s when they were here. But they kind of built it on top of the foundations, and they plan on doing a lot more.
But then World War II happened, and all of the CCC projects ended.
Yep.
So
But what they did build is pretty amazing. It's legitimately pretty close to 17th century Spanish mission.
Yeah.
And it's cool because the outer walls are still there. They're not complete, but they're still there. And it just reminded me a lot of like castles and missions and stuff in Ireland and Scotland. So.
All the cool places that we got to see there.
Yeah, so that was fun. And the people there are 2 volunteers there.
Yes.
That had a plethora of information. We talked to both of them quite a bit about the mission and exactly some of the kind of cool stuff. Like, we found out that the back wall, one of the back walls, is actually an original wall and the rest are not. The other fun thing was that they couldn't find Lydia mentioned earlier, they couldn't find windows that were the same, so all the windows are different shapes. And we also...
across all the other missions that they did research on, none of their windows matched.
Yeah, so none of the windows here match. Yeah. And so that, and also just having a really nice something to spend a lot of time shooting video and pictures of.
And we're both
took us a lot
history
longer,
people,
so.
And they have like a little museum, and so, I mean, we
spent a
really
lot longer
it.
than we thought we would there.
The other really cool part, there's a couple of trails. There's 2 trails?
2 trails.
3 trails.
Maybe, yeah.
There's a little tiny one, and then the river one, and then the one that goes like into town and stuff. But the wee tiny one that's over by the mission, that one was really cool. And way at the back at the end, there's a kiln out there where they fired all of their bricks that they made that are the flooring of that
the CCC made to redo the flooring for the mission
and stuff. So that was
it's a
really
bit
cool.
of it's a bit of a hike. So they were making them there and having to bring them all the way back up. So
that was really cool. The other thing, if you are a bird person, there are so many birds here. I have had the best time just watching all the birds. Just walking through the forest here is a nonstop chatter of beautiful songs. It's been really great.
Literally, we're sitting in the parking lot by the deer or by the bird blind, and it's behind us. But just in front of us, there's probably 20 or 30 birds just flying around,
flitting about out there. They're very entertaining to watch. It's been a great park. We have lucked out yet again, have great weather. It's been a beautiful day. But since we did spend longer here than we intended to, we're going to wrap this up for today. And we're going to head down to Zaragoz's birthplace. And there's another mission that's just a ruin. We were told that you can't even really walk up to it. So that will be the next vlog. So tune in for that one. And if you get the chance, definitely come to Goliad State Park.
Also, do us a huge favor. Like the video, comment, subscribe. It really helps us out, and it will get us up there towards the top of the Google and the YouTube searches. So help us out, guys. It really helps us out,
and we constantly forget to ask. So please. And we'll see you next time.